God says, 10 seconds left. God is trying to reach you, and you always skip it. Don't hurt God by skipping. Something unexpected is going to happen suddenly. Open this message immediately before 11:35 p.m. or you'll suffer badly. Stop, breathe, listen. This is not just a passing moment. This is God calling your heart right now. Heaven has been trying to reach you again and again, but your mind keeps moving. You keep scrolling. You keep skipping. Don't do it this time. If you walk away now, you may miss something so important that your soul will cry for it later. Your miracle is hanging by a thread. This is God's final attempt to catch your heart before something shifts suddenly. You need to hear this. You were not brought here by accident. You are standing at the edge of something supernatural. And if you turn your back now, you'll walk right past the very thing your heart has been secretly begging for. Please comment, Amen, if you can feel this. The moment you saw this, heaven began watching. 10 seconds may not seem like much, but that's all it takes for a breakthrough to begin or for destruction to come if you're not in position. God is not playing with your life. He sees the tears you never show, the pain you laugh through, the nights you wish would just end. And now, in this very second, He is reaching out with a voice louder than your doubts. Don't you see? The clock has been ticking, and grace has been holding off the storm. But when time runs out, only obedience can cover you. God is crying out, not in anger, but in mercy. He doesn't want to lose you to a world that never cared about your soul. This isn't fear. This is love that refuses to let you keep walking into your own destruction. You've been feeling it. That strange weight in your chest, the signs around you, the delays, the closed doors, the sudden silence. It wasn't bad luck. It was God trying to get your attention, trying to stop you from heading into something He never wrote into your life. But your ears have been full of noise. You scroll, you click, you skip, and God waits until now. If you believe this, comment 1111. This is the moment when you get to decide what side of the shift you will stand on. God is not just giving a message, He's sounding an alarm. The enemy has already set traps ahead of you. People you're about to trust who will break you. Opportunities that look good but are poisoned. Decisions you're about to make without prayer that will cost years of healing. And yet, in His goodness, God is still standing between you and that fall, reaching, warning, whispering in every way He can. That's why you're here. That's why this is in front of you now. Don't ignore it. Don't silence it. You may not get another nudge like this before the storm hits. God has not abandoned you. He never left. Even when you were in places you had no business being. Even when you loved people who shattered your soul. Even when you thought you had sinned too much to be looked at again, He was still there, watching, waiting, sending signs, preparing mercy. But there comes a time when even mercy waits no more. When God says, now or never. This is that time. There is something that is about to change very quickly. A loss, a shift, a shock. And only those who are under His covering will stand strong. This isn't just about survival. This is about destiny, about your family, your future, your purpose. God does not want you to suffer, but if you keep walking without Him, you'll walk straight into the pain He's trying to keep you from. Don't test grace. Don't gamble with time. Every second matters now, and your soul knows this is true. If no one else hears this but you, it's still worth everything, because God sees you. Not the you everyone else thinks they know, but the you that's tired of pretending. The you that's screaming on the inside. The you that feels forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too far gone. And this is not the end. God is reaching because He still has plans for you. plans to restore, plans to rebuild, plans to lift you from the ashes, but you must choose, you must answer. If you're still here, I ask you once, with love like this video, if your heart is still beating and you know this is speaking straight to your spirit. Many times before, you brushed it off. You said, maybe later. But what if there is no later? What if this is the last time God tugs at your soul like this before the shift happens? You can't afford to take chances now. You've seen too much, been through too much. God doesn't speak like this for no reason. He is not calling everyone. He is calling you, not because you earned it, but because He chose you. Because He sees in you what the world crushed. Because He still believes in the beauty He placed inside your soul. Even if you've forgotten it, comment 222 if you trust God's timing over your own. You're still alive because you have something to finish. You're not too late, but the time is short. The spiritual battle around you is not waiting, and the doors you think will always be open may close without warning. God is not trying to scare you. He's trying to save you. He's pulling you back before the edge breaks. He's whispering one last time before the storm arrives. This is divine timing, holy interruption. If you've been feeling like everything has been falling apart lately, it's not because God has forgotten you. It's because He's preparing you for what's about to come. But you have to get in alignment. You have to stop skipping His voice. You've prayed for answers. You've begged for peace. You've wondered why nothing changes. But what if the change was waiting on you to stop ignoring the call? What if the breakthrough you've been crying for is right on the other side of obedience? God is not distant. He is right here, and He wants to walk you through the fire without you getting burned. But you have to take His hand, not just when it's easy, but right now, when it's urgent, when the cost of ignoring Him is too high. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The pain you've been feeling, the doors that didn't open, the people who left, the sudden shifts in your life. All of it was leading you here to this very moment. This is not a coincidence. This is alignment, a divine checkpoint. You are being watched, not by the world, but by heaven. Angels are standing still, waiting for your response, and the next chapter of your life depends on what you do with this call. Will you answer or skip it again? A door about to shut unless you respond. 10 seconds might feel short, but heaven doesn't speak in hours. God speaks in moments, and this is your moment. This is a turning point, dressed as a simple message, but it carries the weight of your next season. Everything you've been walking through lately, the delays, the confusion, the sudden loss of peace, is not random. These are signals, spiritual signs that something is shifting. You've asked God for signs before. You've said, Lord, if you're really there, show me. And now here it is, right in front of your face, not just words, but a cry from heaven to your soul. But will you see it? Will you feel it? Or will you scroll past like it doesn't matter? Again, God has kept you safe even when you didn't know danger was near. He blocked attacks you never saw coming. That sickness that didn't spread, that betrayal that didn't destroy you, that depression that didn't win, all of that God, He held you when you didn't even realize you were falling. He made a way when you thought there was none. But His protection isn't automatic. when you walk away from him. There is a covering that only comes with obedience, and he's calling you back into it before the winds change. If you feel this deep in your soul, comment 333 to declare your faith. Let's talk about the unexpected that's coming. The truth is, the enemy has already been planning your fall. He's been lining up distractions, emotional traps, delays to wear you out, people to misuse your trust. And right before the breakthrough God is about to send, the enemy is trying to sneak in with a counterfeit. That job that looks like a blessing but drains your spirit. That relationship that feels exciting but pushes you away from God. That opportunity that promises success but poisons your peace. It looks good now, but it will cost you later. This is why God is reaching now. He's warning you because he loves you. Not to scare you, but to protect you. There's a narrow window open, and after that the shaking begins. You can already feel it if you're sensitive. The atmosphere around you isn't still anymore. Something is moving, something unseen is drawing near, and you need to be covered. You need to be ready. God isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for surrender. Just a yes from your heart. A real one that doesn't need to be perfect, just honest. Some of you reading this have been one step away from giving up. You've smiled in public and cried in silence. You've said you're okay when your chest felt hollow. You've prayed and heard nothing, and you started to believe maybe God isn't listening, but he is. And that silence wasn't rejection, it was preparation. He's been setting the stage, moving pieces. And now, before the curtains open, he's calling your name. Don't miss this divine cue. You are being summoned by heaven, not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. Comment 555 if you believe God still has something greater coming for you. There are angels around you now. You may not see them, but they are there. They've been fighting for you behind the scenes, shielding your mind, blocking suicidal thoughts, keeping you from connections that would have destroyed your destiny. The warfare on your life is not because you're cursed, it's because you're called. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't a threat. And the reason you've been under such pressure is because something precious is growing inside you, something eternal, a gift from God that the enemy fears. But with that gift comes responsibility. You cannot keep ignoring God's voice and expect to walk in full power. You can't keep skipping the word and hope for clarity. You can't dance with the world and expect heaven to fight for you. God is merciful, but he is also holy, and he is drawing a line, not because he wants to punish you, but because he wants to separate you from what's been poisoning you. You've grown comfortable with what's been quietly killing your spirit, and God is saying, enough. He's jealous for your heart, not in a controlling way, but in a protective way. He knows what's ahead. He sees what you don't. That's why he's urging you now, before the time runs out, before that decision locks you in, before that door closes, before that temptation takes root. You don't have to fix everything right now. You just have to say yes, to turn your face back toward him, to stop pretending and let your spirit be real again. There are blessings with your name on them, but they require alignment. There are miracles waiting at the edge of your obedience, but they won't fall if you're walking in the wrong direction. God's grace is deep, but he won't force you. That's why he warns. That's why he whispers. That's why he waits, but not forever. You've been asking for confirmation. This is it. You've been asking for direction. This is it. God is speaking right now through what seems like a small thing, but it's actually a doorway, a spiritual gate. And when you walk through it, things begin to move, chains begin to break. The atmosphere around your life begins to shift. It's not about religion, it's about relationship. You've been distant, but God is near, always has been, and he's ready to restore everything the enemy tried to ruin. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The heartbreak, the confusion, the silence, the regret. None of it was wasted. God saw every part, and He's ready to make it all make sense. But you can't keep walking away when He calls. This time, don't skip it. This time, don't scroll past. Stay, listen, let Him work. He's not done with you yet. He's just getting started. He's not trying to scare you. He's trying to prepare you. You're being warned because you're loved. Because heaven sees what you don't. Because something ahead will either break you or bless you depending on the choice you make right now. You can feel it, can't you? That trembling under the surface of your life. That strange urgency. That push in your spirit that won't let you rest. It's God. He's shifting the atmosphere, and this right here is your lifeline. If you felt like time is speeding up, like things are moving too fast, that's because they are. Spiritually, everything is accelerating. And if you're not grounded in God, you'll be swept away by what's coming. God is still reaching out because there's something inside you worth fighting for. You've been through too much to quit now. Too many nights you held on when everything in you wanted to let go. God hasn't forgotten those nights. He's been storing up strength for you. But strength only helps if you're willing to stand. And this is your moment to stand, to choose the narrow way, to step into obedience before the storm shows up and you're left uncovered. Comment 1212 if you know God is speaking to your heart right now. Let's talk about why this message keeps tugging at you. It's because deep down, you know you've been skipping God. You've been brushing off the voice that comes in stillness. You've been silencing the ache in your chest, filling the silence with distractions, social media, people, work, even things that look good but don't grow your spirit. You've built your days around noise, and now the silence feels strange. But God speaks in the silence. He heals in the quiet, and He's calling you back into that place. He's been reaching for you in the middle of the chaos, whispering through people, interrupting your patterns, placing moments like this right in your path. And still, so often, you skip, not because you don't care, but because the world has trained you to move fast. But heaven moves slow, heaven moves deep, and if you keep skipping the slow moments, you'll keep missing the deep ones too. You've been wondering why nothing's changing, why your prayers feel blocked, why your heart feels heavy even when things look fine on the outside. It's not because God is ignoring you. It's because He's been waiting on you to stop moving long enough to hear Him clearly. That anxiety that won't leave you, that's not just stress, that's a spiritual warning. Your soul is reacting to what your mind keeps ignoring. You are not just tired, you are misaligned. God is not angry with you. He's not looking to punish you, but He is serious about protecting you. And if you keep walking into danger, He will warn you louder and louder until you either listen or crash. That's why this is urgent. That's why it keeps chasing your attention. The unexpected is closer than you think. And if you're not standing in the right place when it hits, you'll be shaken in ways you're not prepared for. Comment 777 if you still believe God is able to protect and restore you. He's not reaching for the perfect version of you. He's reaching for the tired you, the broken you, the doubting you, the one who has scars and baggage and still shows up. You've survived storms that should have taken you out. God knows that. And He's not looking to judge you for the past. He's looking to cover you for what's coming. But covering only works if you accept it. If you stop skipping the warnings, if you stop delaying the decision. You don't have to be strong to be saved. You just have to say yes. You just have to pause long enough to let this moment sink in, because after this the shaking continues. The world will keep spinning faster. Chaos will keep rising. People will keep running in every direction. But those who pause and hear God, those who choose Him over noise, those are the ones who will walk through the fire without being burned. You've seen it before. People who seemed strong fall apart overnight. People who seemed blessed suddenly crumble. Why? Because the foundation wasn't God. Because they skipped His voice one too many times. Don't let that be your story. Don't let comfort cost you your covering. Don't let distraction pull you out of destiny. There are blessings that God is holding back not to hurt you but to protect you from misusing them in the wrong season. There are things you've prayed for that God is saying not yet, not because you're not worthy, but because your spirit isn't ready. But if you get back in alignment, if you return to Him, those doors will begin to open. Not just open, but swing wide with favor. Heaven is not silent. Heaven is watching, waiting for your response, for your surrender. You've asked God for change, but real change always begins with obedience. Not big, flashy obedience. Quiet, humble surrender. The kind that says, God, I'm tired of running. I'm tired of skipping you. I want you more than I want anything else. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. That's all it takes. One real surrender. One moment of honesty. And suddenly, the things you've been trying to fix alone begin to move. Suddenly, your heart finds peace again. Your sleep becomes deeper. Your spirit becomes still. Because when God steps into the center again, everything starts to fall into place. You don't have to understand everything. You just have to trust that God sees what you can't. He's not trying to take control. He's trying to give you peace. But peace can't exist where obedience doesn't. You want joy? Get back in alignment. You want answers? Get back under God's voice. You want protection? Stop skipping the moments when God is trying to reach you. You are not just another person scrolling through content. You are seen, you are known, you are chosen, and right now, God is speaking directly to you. Don't let this pass like it's nothing. Don't tell yourself you'll come back to it later. Later may not come. Obedience has a window, and that window is open now. This is the whisper before the thunder. Something is about to shift, and not everyone is going to be ready for it, but you can be. You still have time to respond. You still have time to reposition yourself under the covering of God's protection. But that window is closing fast, and every second matters. You've been feeling the tension, haven't you? Like something is coming, but you can't quite explain it. That's not paranoia. That's spiritual awareness. That's your soul picking up on what your eyes can't yet see. There's a change in the wind. You've been sensing the weight of decisions. You've been waking up with heaviness. You've been trying to find peace in places that used to calm you, but nothing is settling anymore. That's because the season has shifted. And if you try to stay where you were, you'll miss where God is trying to take you. Comment 999 if you can feel something is shifting around you. God isn't calling you out of comfort to punish you. He's doing it to protect you. There are blessings He has prepared for you, but they're located in obedience. You can't bring them into the space where disobedience still lives. You can't mix divine favor with worldly habits and expect it to work. You've been trying to balance both, and it's wearing you out. That's why you feel torn. That's why nothing seems to fit right anymore. It's not because you're failing, it's because God is trying to make you uncomfortable in a space He's calling you out of. He has seen every moment you stayed quiet when you wanted to scream. Every time you held your breath to keep peace. Every second you carried pain silently, just to avoid being misunderstood. God knows, and He's been holding your heart through all of it. But now He's not just holding you, He's calling you forward into a new place, a higher place. But you can't bring everything with you. Some habits, some people, some places. They can't go where you're going, and if you try to drag them into this next season, they'll weigh you down until you collapse. That's why He's warning you now. Not to destroy what you have, but to save what He's trying to build. God doesn't want to watch you repeat cycles anymore. He doesn't want you going back to the same pain, the same confusion, the same wounds over and over. He wants freedom for you. But freedom isn't free. It requires obedience. It requires letting go. It requires trust, even when you don't understand. Comment 1010 if you're ready to trust God no matter what. You may feel alone right now, but you're not. There are angels surrounding you. There are people God is preparing to bring into your life who will speak life into you the way you've never experienced before. You've been surrounded by people who take, but God is sending people who pour, people who pray, people who lift. But those connections can't come into your life while your circle is still filled with people who feed your fears more than your faith. God is trying to clear space. That's why people have been walking away. That's why certain doors have been closing. That's why you've been feeling isolated. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God has been separating you, not to harm you, but to heal you. Because healing can't happen where noise lives. And sometimes God will let you feel alone so you can finally hear Him without distractions. You've been holding on to a version of your life that God is trying to end. You've been praying for peace, but refusing to walk away from what's stealing it. You've been asking for clarity, but avoiding the quiet places where God speaks clearly. This is your moment to shift. This is your moment to lay it down. Not tomorrow, now. Because after this, something is going to change. And what happens next depends on how you respond. This is not about being perfect, it's about being willing. Willing to say, God, I don't know what's next, but I trust you more than I trust what I see. Willing to let go of control and surrender. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to say yes. That's all heaven needs to move. A simple yes, a quiet surrender, a heart open to be led. And once you do, God takes it from there. He starts shifting things. He starts speaking again. He starts restoring what you thought was gone forever. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. There are things that God wants to release over your life: healing, favor, purpose, restoration, but He will not pour blessings into a heart that refuses to receive Him. You have to make space. You have to open your hands and let go of what's not aligned with Him. You can't keep feeding your spirit with things that are draining your faith and expect to grow. You can't walk with God and dance with destruction at the same time. The sudden thing that's coming, it's already in motion. In the unseen, things are shifting. There are battles being fought for your soul. And your choices today will decide the outcome. God is calling you to stand, not in your own strength, but in His, to stop ignoring the signals, to stop running, to stop brushing off the nudge in your heart, because if you ignore this, what comes next may shake you to the core. But if you respond, if you say yes, if you realign, then what comes next will bless you beyond anything you've seen. You've been marked by God. That's why the enemy keeps attacking you. That's why you've been under pressure. But the pressure was never meant to crush you. It was meant to wake you up. It was meant to drive you back to God, because He's the only place your soul will truly rest. Everything else will fail you. People, money, plans, but God, He never fails, and He never leaves. So here you are, one decision away from alignment, one surrender away from peace, one moment away from divine protection. Don't skip this. Not now. Not when you're this close. Not when heaven is leaning in and watching what you'll do next. Let go of the fear. Let go of the delay. Step in. God is with you, and He's not going anywhere. God is not calling out to the world in general. He's calling out to your spirit right now. And He's saying, don't ignore me this time. Don't walk away like before. I'm trying to protect what you cannot see. The reason this feels heavy is because the weight of your next season is already approaching. The reason this message feels personal is because it is. You are not crazy for feeling like something big is coming. That uneasy feeling in your spirit, that's not anxiety, that's discernment. It's your soul recognizing the spiritual battle ahead. God doesn't send warnings without a purpose, and right now, He is giving you time. A brief, fragile window to respond before something moves suddenly. Comment 1515 if you're choosing to walk in obedience over comfort. You might be thinking, but why now? Why does this feel urgent all of a sudden? It's because there are things being set in motion spiritually that you're not yet aware of. There's a shift that's going to impact lives, families, cities, even nations. And the enemy is hoping you're too distracted to notice. He's hoping you'll skip this moment just like you skipped all the small ones before. But God is hoping for something else. He's hoping you'll stop, that you'll listen, that you'll say, okay, Lord, I'm ready to let you lead now. God is not afraid of your mess. He's not disgusted by your questions. He's not turned away by your fear. He's drawn to your honesty. That moment when you finally drop the mask and whisper, God, I need you. That's where the power starts. That's where things begin to change. But the more you pretend, the more you hide, the more you ignore His voice, the longer you delay what's been prepared for you since the beginning. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You are not too broken to be restored. In fact, your brokenness is exactly what qualifies you for God's mercy. He lifts the humble. He heals the hurting. He restores what others throw away. And He's not finished with you yet. If that were true, you wouldn't be here right now reading these words with your heart beating and your spirit stirred. This is proof that your story isn't over. Comment 1717 if you still believe God is not finished with your life. You've been trying to carry everything on your own, trying to be strong for everyone around you, trying to keep things together while your own heart is falling apart. But God is saying, let me carry you now. Let me fight for you. Let me bring peace where you've only known pressure. You don't have to keep pretending. You don't have to keep running. The safest place to fall is in His arms, and they're open right now. The unexpected that's coming, it may be a test, or it may be a breakthrough in disguise. Either way, it will expose what's really in your heart. If fear lives there, you'll panic. But if faith is rooted deep inside you, you'll stand when others fall. That's why God is preparing you now. So you won't crumble, so you won't be caught off guard, so you'll walk through what's coming with peace that passes understanding. Because while the world shakes, you will be grounded in the one who never moves. There is still time, but not much. This is your invitation to draw near again, not to religion, not to routine, but to God Himself, to the one who knew your name before anyone else spoke it, to the one who has never left your side, even in the dark. He is your shelter, your healer, your provider, and He will not let the enemy win if you stay under His covering. The protection you're asking for requires positioning. You can't be covered if you're not close. And you can't be close if you're constantly distracted, divided, and distant. That's why He's calling you back to the secret place, back to the quiet, back to the moments where it's just you and Him. That's where strength is restored. That's where clarity comes. That's where peace lives. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You've been living in survival mode, but God created you to thrive, to walk in joy, to live with power, to speak with authority. But you can't do that if you're spiritually empty. You can't pour if you're dry. You can't fight if you're not filled. And you can't hear God clearly if your life is too loud. That's why this is your reset moment. A divine pause to say, God, fill me again, speak again, lead again. I'm listening now. And when you do that, when you stop skipping Him and start seeking Him, everything changes. The heaviness lifts, the confusion clears, the fear fades, because when God steps into the center, everything else bows. Depression bows, shame bows, addiction bows, delay bows, confusion bows, because nothing can stand in the presence of the Most High God. So you have a choice right now. Keep living like you have been barely holding it together, feeling lost, skipping over His voice, or stop everything, surrender, return. Let Him lead, let Him heal. Let Him transform what you've been trying to manage on your own. There is nothing weak about needing God. There is only power in that surrender. You were not built to carry this alone. You were built to walk with Him. There are some things in your life that are only going to shift once you stop skipping these moments. That healing you've been praying for, that clarity you've been needing, that next step you've been begging to see. All of it is tied to your willingness to hear and obey. This moment is not the end, it's the beginning of something holy. But you must choose it. God is not a distant figure. He's not hiding in the clouds. He is closer than your breath. And right now, He is leaning into your life, whispering, "Stay with me. Don't leave me behind again. I have what you need." The world will offer quick fixes and empty promises, but only God offers eternal peace. Don't trade that peace for noise. Don't exchange His voice for distraction. What's ahead will require focus, obedience, faith. And if you're willing, He will walk with you every step. Not just information, but divine truth, the kind that pierces through every lie, every fear, every doubt you've been carrying. You've been craving something real, something deeper, something lasting, and God is offering that right now, but you have to receive it before time shifts and doors close. The unexpected is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to expose where you truly stand. God is not trying to harm you. He's trying to help you survive what others won't. That's why you feel this urgency. That's why the warnings keep coming. The enemy doesn't play fair. He doesn't attack you where you're strong. He waits for you to be distracted, tired, numb. And when you've been skipping God's voice, you become spiritually unguarded. That's when the attack hits hardest. And that's what God is trying to keep you from. Comment Amen if you're choosing to stay under God's protection. Some of you have been feeling like everything is falling apart lately. It's not. It's falling into place, but not your version of it. God is tearing down what was built without Him: relationships, habits, thought patterns, even goals. If you built it without prayer, it's not going to stand. And that's not rejection, that's mercy. God will not allow something to stay in your life that would end up stealing your soul. You prayed for protection, and now that protection is showing up in ways that don't feel comfortable. This is where trust becomes more than a word. This is where your faith becomes action. When nothing makes sense, when nothing feels easy, when the doors are slamming shut and God says, "Still follow me," that's when the blessing is closest. Right there in the obedience that doesn't come with details. Right there in the surrender that doesn't come with guarantees. But it always leads to peace, to provision, to purpose. The reason God is speaking so loudly right now is because the next part of your journey will not be casual. It will not be light. It will be intense. It will stretch you. But it will also awaken something in you that's been asleep far too long. You weren't made to survive life. You were made to live with authority, to walk in power, to shift atmospheres when you enter rooms. But that kind of life only comes when you stop skipping God's hand. Comment 1111 if you believe God is awakening something powerful in you. You've been through things that others wouldn't understand. You've faced attacks you never told anyone about, and God saw it all. Every silent cry, every long night, every betrayal, every time you wanted to give up but didn't. You may not think you're strong, but heaven calls you a warrior, not because you never fall, but because you keep rising. And now God is saying, let me take it from here, let me lead, let me carry the parts of you that are breaking. This isn't about being spiritual enough or holy enough. This is about being available. God uses the surrendered, not the flawless, the open-hearted, not the perfect. So stop thinking you have to clean yourself up before you come closer. God wants the version of you you've been hiding, the messy one, the angry one, the tired one. That's the one He heals, that's the one He restores, that's the one He loves. And you don't have to understand what's next. You just have to be willing to walk with God through it. The unexpected may come suddenly, but if your soul is anchored in Him, it won't destroy you. The world may shake, people may fall away, storms may hit, but the one who listens to God, who actually follows when He calls, that one will walk through fire and not be burned. That one will see favor in famine. That one will rise when others fall. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. But you can't get there by ignoring Him. You can't step into blessing while running from obedience. And that's where many people miss it. They want the promise but not the process, the miracle but not the sacrifice. But real power comes through surrender. Real strength comes from stillness. That's why God keeps interrupting you, not to control you, but to lead you into something better than you imagined. He knows the timeline. He sees what's ahead. And that's why He's not staying quiet. That's why He keeps pulling your attention back. You may think you have more time, but spiritually, things are moving fast. What's coming will separate those who are playing with faith from those who are anchored in it. You don't have to be afraid, but you do need to be aware, and you do need to be ready. So how do you prepare for something unexpected? You return to God. You return to prayer. You stop pushing His presence to the side. You make room for Him again. That's how you get covered. That's how you stay protected. Not with just words, but with real closeness, real relationship. That's what gives you peace when chaos hits. That's what gives you clarity when everyone else is confused. That's how you survive storms that were meant to break you. You've been carrying weights that God never asked you to carry. You've been fighting battles that weren't even yours. That's why you feel so tired. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. You've been doing life without the covering that comes from daily walking with Him. And now He's inviting you back. Not to fix everything yourself, but to let Him fix you from the inside out. To rebuild you where life tried to ruin you. This is the part where you choose. You can keep doing life your way, half-hearted, distracted, spiritually tired. Or you can choose to walk with God again. To let His voice be the loudest in your life. To follow even when it's hard. To trust even when it's unclear. Because that trust is what will save you from the traps ahead. The unexpected may come fast, but it will not catch God off guard. And if you're walking closely with Him, it won't catch you off guard either. You'll be prepared, you'll be protected, you'll be standing while others fall. Because obedience doesn't just please God, it shields you. It guards your heart, it clears your path, and it brings peace that no storm can touch. There's a reason you've been uneasy. A reason you've been waking up in the middle of the night, heart racing, thoughts spinning. It's not anxiety. It's heaven nudging you, pulling you, preparing you. The time for ignoring God's voice has passed. You've done that before, and it cost you. This time, God is saying, don't walk away. Don't miss this. Don't let the moment pass again. There's something just around the corner. It's coming fast. And whether it blesses you or breaks you will depend on your position. Are you covered or are you wandering? Are you standing in obedience or standing on your own strength? Comment 222 if you're choosing to stay covered under God's will. Let's talk about alignment, because that's what this is really about. God doesn't ask for perfection, He asks for alignment. He's not calling you to be flawless. He's calling you to be close. And closeness to God isn't a one-time thing. It's not just a Sunday thing. It's a daily choice, a moment-by-moment surrender. That's what protects you. That's what guides you. That's what sets you apart when the unexpected strikes. You've been trying to figure everything out on your own. You've been making decisions based on feelings, pressure, opinions, even desperation. But now, God is calling you into something different. A place where your decisions are rooted in prayer, not panic. Where you move by wisdom, not impulse. Where you stop reacting to life and start responding with faith. This is what it means to live aligned. Not perfect, but present. Not religious, but real. Alignment looks like saying no to things that pull you away from peace. It looks like quiet mornings with God before the world gets loud. It looks like choosing His word over the noise of opinions. It looks like surrendering the plan you had so you can walk into the one He wrote. You've been running, chasing, striving, and all the while, God has just been waiting for you to return to Him. Comment, Amen, if your heart is ready to return to God fully. You might feel like you've drifted too far, like you've ignored too many signs. But the truth is, the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still reading these words, means grace is still covering you. You haven't missed it yet, but the window is getting smaller. The shaking is coming closer. and the only place that will stand when it hits is the one built on obedience to God. This next season of your life will demand a level of spiritual awareness you've never walked in before. You can't afford to be casual anymore. Casual prayer, casual worship, casual obedience. It won't work. Not with what's coming, not with what God wants to release over you. He's looking for those who are ready to walk in depth, in trust, in surrender. And yes, it's going to stretch you. It's going to require you to let go of things you've depended on for years. Comfort zones, old habits, unhealthy attachments. But that's because God doesn't want you bound in the next season. He wants you free, and freedom always comes with a cost. The cost of letting go of what felt familiar so you can walk into what's truly divine. You've been wondering why things feel off, why nothing satisfies, why the joy doesn't last. It's because your spirit is homesick, not for a place but for a person, for God. You were never meant to live separated from Him. That separation causes fatigue, numbness, confusion. But when you come back into alignment, it's like something in your soul breathes again. The fog lifts, the weight eases, the direction becomes clear. A neuroscientist says yes, a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The unexpected that's coming, whether it's a test or a blessing, will only reveal what you've built your life on. And if you're built on emotions, on people, on titles, on money, on anything other than Christ, it's going to shake you. But if you've built on Him, truly built your trust, your choices, your mindset on His truth, you will not fall. You will be like the house built on rock. Winds will come, rain will pour, but you will remain standing. And that's what God wants for you. Not just survival, but stability, strength, supernatural endurance. But that only comes when you're walking in step with Him, when you're not skipping His voice, but soaking in it, when you're not rushing past His presence, but resting in it. And yes, that means you'll look different, you'll sound different. People won't always understand your peace, your faith, your decisions, but that's okay. Because obedience doesn't require validation, it only requires surrender. There's a level of peace you've never known waiting for you on the other side of full surrender. There's a clarity that's been blocked because you've had one foot in and one foot out. But when you finally plant both feet in obedience, when you finally say, God, I'm done doing it my way, things begin to move. The heavens open. The silence breaks, the way clears. Some of the delays you've been facing haven't been from the devil, they've been from God. He's been slowing you down to protect you from yourself. He's been holding doors shut until you're in the right posture to walk through them. Because a blessing given too early becomes a burden, and God loves you too much to give you what you're not ready to carry. But that preparation begins now. Not after the storm, not once you feel ready, now. It begins with one simple, powerful word: yes. Yes to His will, yes to His way. Yes to the path that requires trust over control. That's how miracles begin. That's how breakthroughs start. That's how lives shift. So here's your moment. Will you keep walking half awake, half present, half surrendered? Or will you rise up? Will you walk in the power that's been waiting for your obedience? You were born for more than survival. You were created for impact, but impact only comes through alignment, through truth, through a heart that stays close to God no matter what comes. This isn't the end. It's a wake-up call, a holy warning wrapped in mercy, a final pull from heaven saying, come back, come close, come now. Don't wait. Don't gamble with time. The shift is already in motion. And your response now will determine your covering later. He's calling you higher. You can feel it in your chest, can't you? That stirring, that sense that there's more. That you're not supposed to stay where you are. That you can't keep living in this halfway space anymore. God's voice is gentle, but it's not soft right now. It's strong. It's clear. He's saying, enough of the skipping, enough of the ignoring, enough of the waiting until everything falls apart to come to me. He doesn't want you to live in survival mode. He doesn't want to be your emergency escape. He wants to be your anchor before the winds ever come, and they are coming. But you don't have to be afraid if you're aligned. Comment 333 to declare that your life is anchored in Him. Let's talk about fear, because that's been trying to grip you lately. It shows up in your thoughts when you're alone. It creeps into your heart when you hear bad news. It whispers lies when you're tired, and it feeds on distance from God. The farther you drift, the louder fear becomes. That's why God has been calling you back, not to guilt you, but to silence fear's grip on your mind. You can't live in fear and walk in authority at the same time. One will always cancel out the other. If fear rules your life, faith will always feel like a theory instead of a weapon. But when you're walking close with God, fear loses its power. It doesn't mean the storm won't come. It means the storm won't own you. It won't shake you, because your roots will be too deep, your foundation too firm. You were made for more than constant anxiety, more than overthinking, more than hoping for peace but never finding it. That's not God's plan for you. That's what the enemy wants, because a restless soul is an easy target. But God is offering you rest. True rest. Not the kind that comes from sleep, but the kind that comes from surrender. That stillness that wraps around your heart when you know God's got you, even when nothing around you makes sense. Comment 555 if you're ready to trade fear for peace. You're going to need that peace for what's ahead, because the unexpected doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't give a countdown. It shows up suddenly, and when it does, the only thing that keeps you standing is what you were anchored to before it hit. That's why God is calling now. That's why the warning is coming now. So you can be prepared, so you can stand. You won't have time to scramble later. You won't have time to build when the shaking starts. You have to build now. Build in prayer, build in worship, build in quiet obedience, build in surrender. Every yes you give to God now is a brick in your foundation. Every time you choose to trust instead of panic, you're strengthening the structure of your life. And when others collapse, you'll stand not because of luck, but because of alignment. You've seen what happens when you try to carry everything yourself. The stress, the breakdowns, the emotional crashes. You weren't meant to do this alone. That's why God keeps stepping in, keeps sending these moments, keeps tugging at your spirit. Not to interrupt your day, but to save your life, your future, your calling. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Because yes, you are called, chosen, set apart, even when you don't feel like it, even when life has tried to convince you otherwise. God didn't make a mistake with you. He didn't overlook you. You've just been in hiding, in waiting, in training. But now, He's saying, it's time to rise. It's time to stop delaying. It's time to walk like you know who you are. You're not meant to stay stuck, to stay scared, to stay broken. God has healing with your name on it, peace that belongs to you. joy that's been waiting to return. But He's not going to force you to take it. He's going to invite you. And right now, this is that invitation. You're not unworthy. You're not too messed up. You're not too late. That's the enemy talking. That's shame lying to you. God's voice doesn't condemn, it convicts. And conviction always comes with a hand reaching down to lift you up. That's what this is. A lifeline. A hand from heaven saying, "Come out of this. Come back to me. I've got you." The world is loud right now, loud with fear, loud with distractions, loud with pressure, but God's voice cuts through it all. And when you really stop to hear Him, you remember what's true, that you're loved, that you're chosen, that you're protected, that nothing, absolutely nothing can separate you from His love unless you walk away from it. That's why obedience matters. It's not about control. It's about covering. You don't obey because God wants power over you. You obey because you need peace within you. You obey because obedience is what positions you under the blessings God's already prepared. They're not locked away forever. They're waiting, and your yes is the key. So take this seriously. Don't brush it off. Don't go back to normal like nothing happened. You're being warned because you're loved, because you matter. Because you're meant to make it through what's coming, not by chance, but by choice. By choosing to stay close. By choosing to keep your ears open. By choosing to finally stop skipping God's voice. You've ignored the tug before. You've said, maybe later, before. You've pushed the feelings aside, told yourself it wasn't that serious. But here you are again. And that's not coincidence. That's mercy. That's divine patience. You keep showing up, even when your faith is cracked and your heart is tired. God doesn't despise your weakness. He draws near to it. But He can't lead you if you're still trying to guide yourself. And if you keep skipping the moments He sends, you'll miss the miracles He prepared. Comment, Amen, if you believe God's mercy has brought you here. Let's talk about the fight you've been in, the one no one sees, the invisible battle in your mind, the days when you seem fine but feel like you're falling apart inside. God knows. You've been battling heaviness, discouragement, even hopelessness at times. Not because you're weak, but because your spirit has been worn thin by constant pressure. And the enemy wants to make you believe you're alone in this, that you're just supposed to push through silently. But God says no more pretending, no more hiding. This is your place of healing now. You were never meant to carry this alone. That's why it's felt so heavy. You've been holding things God never asked you to hold. You've been absorbing pain that should have been laid at His feet. But you can't receive new strength until you release old weight. That's the call right now, release. Let go of what you've been clutching so tightly. Let go of the disappointment. Let go of the timeline. Let go of what you thought life would look like by now. And trust Him, not just in words, but in your posture. Let your soul kneel again. Let your spirit soften again. You've built up walls to protect yourself from pain, but those same walls are keeping God's peace out too. He can't heal what you hide, and He won't force His way into a heart that won't open. But if you do open even just a little, He'll flood in like light through a broken window. God says, I watched you turn away. I am trying one last time to talk to you. You are in huge danger. Don't dare to skip this message. Open this message immediately by 11:30 p.m. to save yourself. Listen carefully. Your soul is on the edge of something eternal. I am not speaking to you by chance. I've been watching the choices you've made, the pain you've carried, the cries you've hidden in the dark. I saw every moment you felt forgotten, and yet, even now, even after you turned your face away, I haven't stopped calling you. This is not just another message. This is the last cry from a father who refuses to give up on you. If you're reading this, I need you to stop everything and hear me. If you walk away now, you could lose the very thing your soul is desperately searching for. Comment, Amen, if your heart is still open to me. There is a reason you feel this stirring inside. It is not fear, it is truth knocking at your door. Something deep in you knows that this moment matters more than you can explain. That is because I, the Lord your God, have set my eyes on you tonight. I am calling out one final time before a door shuts that no man can open again. I watched you stray, I watched you try to fill your soul with what left you emptier. And still, I waited. But time is short now. You are in danger, and you cannot see it because the enemy has wrapped the trap in distraction, in comfort, in noise. You were never meant to carry this burden alone. You were never meant to walk this path without me. But you have pushed me away again and again. And still, I am here. I watched you trust people who broke your spirit. I saw you fight battles that drained your strength. You thought I was silent, but I was watching, weeping, longing for you to look up and reach back. I kept you alive when death tried to claim you. I kept your heart beating through the nights you thought you wouldn't make it. I gave you breath this morning because I still have purpose for your life. But now I speak with urgency because your soul is walking too close to the edge. Do not delay. Do not shrug this off. There is darkness that is waiting for you to stay distracted, to scroll past, to silence this voice. But this voice is the only one that can save you tonight. Comment 1111 if you believe I am speaking directly to you. You've been feeling that pull inside, that strange heaviness in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's my spirit trying to break through the walls you built. The devil wants you numb, busy, tired, scrolling, wandering. He knows if you pause long enough to listen, I will reach you. And he fears that. Because once you feel my presence again, you'll remember who you really are. You are not a mistake. You are not abandoned. You are not your past. You are mine. You always were. Let me say this clearly, because I don't have another moment to waste. You are in danger not because I hate you, but because you've placed yourself outside of my covering. My protection cannot stand where you have chosen disobedience. My angels cannot guard what you willingly expose to darkness. The choices you are making, the people you are trusting, the silence in your spirit, it's leaving you vulnerable. You are under attack, and you don't even realize it. And if you ignore my voice tonight, that silence will grow. You will feel me less and less, not because I walk away, but because your heart will harden. Turn back while you can still hear me. This isn't about religion. It's not about church walls or performances. It's about your heart. It's about the throne of your life. Right now, something else is sitting on it, and I am jealous for you. I am the Lord your God. I made you. I breathed life into you. I formed you before your mother knew your name, and I am calling that name again tonight. Don't turn away. Don't scroll past. Don't delay this. I am not calling you to shame. I am calling you to freedom. You don't need to fix everything before coming back to me. You just need to turn. That's it. Turn your heart, even a little, and I will run to you. Like the father in the story of the prodigal son, I've been watching the road every day, hoping you'd come back home. And when you do, I won't meet you with punishment. I'll meet you with mercy. I'll clothe you in grace. I'll cover your wounds and remind you that you are still chosen. I saw the nights you cried and no one noticed. I saw the days you smiled while breaking inside. I know how tired you are of pretending to be strong. But you don't have to fake anything with me. I know every thought you've had, every sin, every secret. And I still love you. I'm not ashamed of you. I'm not tired of you. I just want you back, all of you. Let me tell you why this is so urgent. The enemy has set something in motion, A storm is coming, and you won't survive it without me. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to save you. You've already seen signs, people walking away, doors closing, things not working no matter how hard you try. That's not coincidence, that's me blocking what would destroy you. But soon, I will stop blocking. I will let you have what you keep running to. And when that happens, you will realize it was never protection, it was judgment. I don't want that for you. That's why I'm speaking now. Come back. Let me fight for you. Let me show you what peace feels like again. You've been walking in chaos for too long. You've gotten used to the noise. But deep down, you know it's killing you. I want to give you rest. Not just sleep, but soul-deep rest. You won't find it in people, in pleasure, in money, in distractions. You'll only find it in me. A neuroscientist says yes, a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I will restore what was stolen. I will break every chain that's wrapped around your heart. I will silence the lies that have tormented you. But you must choose. I gave you free will because I wanted real love, not forced obedience. So here I am, one last time, asking, will you choose me again? You might feel like you've gone too far, sinned too much, ignored me for too long. That's a lie. If you're still breathing, you're not too far gone. If your heart is still beating, my mercy is still reaching. But don't test it, don't delay. You don't know how long you have. Your soul is not guaranteed another chance like this. Heaven is real, so is hell. And I want you with me, not because I need you, but because I love you. If you've ever felt like no one sees you, remember this moment, because I see you now. I see you reading this. I see your pain, your fear, your regrets. And I am saying, one last time, I am still here. I still want you. I still have plans for you. I will still fight for you, but you must return right now. This message was never about scaring you. It's about waking you up. You've been asleep for too long, numb for too long, lost for too long. But I'm right here, not with judgment, but with open arms. Let this be the night everything changes. Let this be the moment you stop running. Let this be the start of your return. But I see it all. You don't need to explain yourself to me. I already know. I know what you did. I know what was done to you. And I'm not walking away because of it. I'm reaching deeper because of it. There is danger around you. You can't see it clearly, but I can. The enemy has been watching you slip further away from my presence, and he has been planting thoughts, doubts, and distractions in your path. And every time you turned away, it wasn't because you hated me, it was because you believed the lie that I had already given up on you. But I haven't, not once. I've been there, watching, pleading, whispering, protecting. You think it's too late. But I don't deal in too late. I deal in redemption. This is not a small warning. This is a moment that heaven is holding its breath over. Because what you choose now will echo. The choices you make in the next few days could open doors or close them forever. This is why I'm coming to you with urgency, not because I'm angry, but because I care too much to stay silent. You've invited things into your life that have pulled you away from me. Some of them look harmless. Some of them feel good, but they are weakening your spirit, separating you from my covering. And once you step too far, the road back becomes much harder. I need you to understand something. I never promised life would be easy. I never said you would be spared from storms. But I did promise that if you walk with me, I will never leave you. I will go through the fire with you. I will calm the waves, or I will walk on them with you. But you have to let me in. You have to give me space again. You've crowded your heart with so many voices, you can't hear mine anymore. There's a reason you haven't felt peace. You've confused distractions for rest and pleasure for healing. But when the noise fades and the room is quiet, you still feel empty. That's because your soul was never meant to live apart from me. Your heart was never built to carry the weight of the world. Only I can hold that weight. Only I can fill that void. Comment 333 if you're ready to declare your faith again, even if it's shaky. You are not too far gone. You are not forgotten. Even now, you are still my child. I haven't changed my mind about you. The purpose I placed in you is still alive. The calling on your life is still waiting to be fulfilled. You might feel disqualified, but I see someone worth redeeming. I see a warrior buried under the weight of shame, fear, and regret. And I'm telling you, rise again, get back up. You're not finished yet. The enemy has been feeding you lies to wear you down, telling you that you'll never change, that you're not loved, that you're too broken. But he is terrified of what you'll become if you return to me. Because when you come back with scars that turn into stories. You come back with battles that become testimonies, and others will find their way because of the way I restore you. I don't just fix broken people, I rebuild them with more strength than before. I take what was shattered and make it into something that shows my glory. But you have to give me the pieces. Stop holding them so tightly. Stop pretending you're okay. I never asked you to carry it all. I asked you to give it to me. I am your refuge, your healer, your redeemer. There's something I need you to know. The next few weeks are going to shift things. Doors will open that no one expected. Battles will rise, but so will breakthroughs. But your position will determine your protection. Stay under my covering. Come back into alignment with me. Walk away from the things you know are pulling you down. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I am saying it'll be worth it. You've asked for signs, you've whispered prayers through tears, and now here I am, giving you an answer. Don't miss it. Don't let this moment pass you by. Everything in you might want to delay, to say, I'll come back tomorrow. But tomorrow is not promised. You don't know what waits around the corner, but I do. And that's why I'm warning you, because I want you safe, I want you healed, I want you home. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now, you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Some of you feel too weak to even pray. That's okay. I hear even the silent cries. Just whisper my name. That's all it takes. I will come running. I have never been far. You just stopped reaching. But even now, I'm only one step away. And when you take that step, I'll meet you with mercy, not anger. I'll meet you with healing, not punishment. You are chosen. You are still marked by heaven. There is something on your life that hell has been trying to steal since the day you were born. That's why you've been under so much pressure. That's why you've battled so much darkness. Because you carry light. And light attracts war. But you are not alone in that war. I have assigned angels to you. I have placed my hand over your life. And if you come back to me now, I will restore everything the enemy has tried to steal. There is a shift happening. The spiritual atmosphere is changing. And those who return to me now will walk into something powerful. My favor will pour out. My protection will surround, my spirit will speak clearly again. But you must choose. I cannot force you. Love must be chosen. And I'm asking you, choose me again, even if it's been years, even if you feel ashamed, even if you don't know how. Just say yes. I'll lead the way. Comment 555. If you believe I am calling you back for a reason only heaven understands. Don't ignore this. You didn't find these words by accident. This was planned. Heaven orchestrated this moment for you. And if you walk away now, you may miss the very miracle you've been waiting for. You've waited for breakthrough. You've begged for answers. And now they are right here, reaching through the screen, calling out to your soul. Don't say, maybe later. Later may never come. The danger is not just in what's happening around you. It's what's happening inside you. Your heart is growing numb. Your spirit is becoming dull. And if you don't return now, the voice of conviction will get quieter, the pull of darkness stronger. That's why I'm shouting into your soul, because I love you enough to speak truth, even if it shakes you. That warmth, that safety you used to feel when you prayed, it's gone. Not because I left, but because your heart turned quietly, slowly, until my voice became a faint whisper. And still, I haven't stopped speaking. I haven't stopped calling. I haven't stopped watching over you. Every time you felt alone, I was there. When no one texted back, when you laid in bed and cried without a sound, I was the one keeping you breathing. Even though you couldn't see me, I was holding you back from destruction. Do you understand how many times I stopped things that would have crushed you? Do you realize how many nights I sent angels to guard your sleep, even when you didn't ask? But the danger now is deeper. It's not just about protection, it's about direction. Your soul is drifting, and you are getting used to the silence. And if you get too used to it, your heart will no longer recognize my voice. Comment 777. If you feel deep inside that I'm speaking directly to your spirit right now. The enemy is patient. He doesn't need to destroy you in a day. He just needs to keep you distracted long enough. A little compromise here, a small silence there, one missed prayer, one more delay to come back to me. It starts with little things, and then, before you know it, your spirit is asleep. Your fire is gone. You say you still believe, but there's no flame left. But I didn't give you a spirit of fear or weakness. I gave you power. I gave you love. I gave you a sound mind. And I want to restore that fire. You were never meant to walk in this numbness. You were never meant to hide your heart behind a smile. You've been surviving, not living. You've been running on empty, pouring out for others while feeling invisible yourself. But I see you. I know your weariness. I know the weight you've been carrying. And I know what it cost you to keep pretending. But now I'm saying, you don't have to pretend anymore. Just return. Bring me your real, broken, tired, disappointed self, and I will restore what's been lost. This is not the end of your story. It's the turning point. What you do next will change the course of your life. You have no idea the blessings that are waiting to be released if you would simply return. You have no idea the breakthroughs I've been holding back, waiting for your heart to realign. You've asked me, where are you? But the better question is, where have you placed me? Have you pushed me to the background while chasing things that never satisfied you? Have you tried to build your own plans without asking for my voice? I never promised that the road would be without pain, but I did promise I'd never leave you in it. I did promise that I would carry you through what tried to break you. But if you keep turning your heart away from me, I cannot force peace into your storm. I cannot override your will. You must choose me. You must choose truth again, even if your faith is weak. Even if you feel unsure, I will honor even the smallest step back to me. Comment 999 if you believe it's time to surrender everything again. Some of you have been surrounded by people but still feel completely alone. You keep looking for someone to understand you, to see you, to stay when things get messy. But no one has stayed the way you needed. That's because they were never meant to be your anchor. I am your anchor. I am the one who sees you completely and still chooses you. I'm not afraid of your questions, your anger, or your confusion. I'm not put off by your doubts, but I am asking you to trust me again, even if it's just a whisper of a prayer. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The danger is not that you are struggling. The danger is that you've started to believe it's normal to feel this disconnected from me. But it's not. Your soul is crying out because it knows it's not okay to keep going like this. That unrest you feel, it's not a coincidence. It's not random anxiety. It's your spirit trying to wake you up. You've been asleep spiritually, and now I'm calling you to rise. There are things in your life that you've allowed to remain, even though you know they are not from me. You've made peace with sin. You've accepted compromise, and now you wonder why you feel far from me. But I don't bless what's built in disobedience. I won't pour out my favor where you won't let me lead. I love you too much to reward rebellion. I want to protect you, but you must return to obedience. Come out from the things that are poisoning your peace. Walk away from the lies that are stealing your joy. I will heal you, but you must stop hiding the wound. I will restore you, but you must stop pretending you're fine. Let me into the real places, the dark corners, the buried pain. I already know what's there, but I want you to invite me in. Because I won't force myself into your life. I wait to be wanted. And I want to be wanted by you again. This isn't about performance. This isn't about earning my love. You already have my love. It's about relationship. It's about letting me be the center of your life again. I will not compete for your heart. I will not be just another voice in the crowd. I am God. I am holy. I am your creator, and I want your heart fully. And when I have it, I will guard it. I will pour peace over it. I will make it whole again. I see how tired you are of pretending, how weary your soul has become from running. But this is your moment. This is the hour of decision. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, before it's too late, before the door closes. Because once it does, the opportunity you are being given today may not come again. I am not threatening you. I am pleading with you. Because I know what's coming. I know the battles ahead, and you cannot fight them alone. I am offering you a covering, a shelter in the storm, a path out of the wilderness. But you must say yes. You must stop just reading my words and start living them. You must return with your whole heart. I'm not asking for perfection. I am asking for surrender. I am asking for you. My son already paid the price. The cross was not a decoration. It was the rescue plan written in blood for a soul I loved too much to lose. You've been trying to carry everything alone. I see it in your shoulders, the way you slump when no one's looking. I see it in your eyes, that tired look you try to cover with fake smiles and laughter. But I know, and I need you to understand this, what you're carrying is not yours to hold. You've taken on burdens that were never meant for your hands. The weight is crushing you because your spirit is starving for me. The ache, The tension, the confusion, it all points to one truth. You need me, not just casually, not just once a week, but every moment, every breath. Comment 1010 if your heart is still open and willing to return to me now. There is a spiritual war happening around you. Whether you feel it or not, you are in the middle of it. You don't see the demons trying to distract you, numb you, discourage you. But they are real, and they fear what will happen if you return to me fully, because when you do, chains will break, generational curses will fall, cycles will shatter. Your surrender will not just change you, it will ripple through your family, your children, your future. That's why the enemy has fought so hard to keep you distracted, because he knows the moment you open your heart again, I will move with power. You were not created to be lukewarm. You were not called to just exist and go through the motions. You were created to walk in boldness, in purpose, in my spirit. But you've allowed the world to dull your fire. You've stopped fighting. You've let fear and comfort sit on the throne that belongs to me. And now, I am coming with love, but also with holy urgency. I am shaking you awake. You cannot stay in this place. It is not safe. Spiritually, you are exposed. You are vulnerable. But the moment you run back under my wings, I will cover you again. Some of you have made compromises you said you never would. You've opened doors to things that once made you uncomfortable. You've gone numb to sin. You used to feel convicted, but now you feel nothing. That's not because I've stopped speaking. It's because your heart has been pulled so far from my presence that the noise of the world has grown louder than my whisper. But even now I'm calling, even now I'm reaching. You're not too far gone. You just need to turn, even slightly, even hesitantly. Just turn, and I will meet you there. I know how hard it's been. I know the disappointment you've carried when you trusted people and they failed you. I know the frustration of feeling like your prayers went unanswered, but I never ignored you. I was protecting you from what you couldn't see. The thing you thought you needed would have crushed you. The door you begged me to open would have led you to destruction. And now, you're angry and distant, thinking I forgot you. But the truth is, I was saving you. I loved you too much to say yes to a prayer that would have taken you away from me. Comment 1515 if you believe I protected you even when you didn't understand it. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You think I'm finished with you, but I'm not. You think you've missed your chance, but you haven't. As long as you are breathing, I am still writing your story. I am not done. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for good. What looked like a delay was actually divine timing. What felt like rejection was really redirection. I never turned my back on you. I was rerouting you. I was building your endurance. I was teaching you to trust, even in the silence. But now, it's time. Time to stop delaying. Time to stop settling for spiritual crumbs when I've prepared a feast for your soul. You've been running in circles, chasing things that only leave you emptier. But I am the living water. I am the bread of life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. There is no substitute, no shortcut. You were made for my presence. And until you return, you will never feel whole. The danger of delay is not just what you might lose, it's what you're missing right now. the peace I could give you, the strength I could pour into your heart, the wisdom I want to speak over your life. But when you walk away, you walk into confusion, you walk into chaos, and you wonder why nothing feels clear anymore. It's because you've been disconnected from your source. Come back, plug into me again, let me speak again. I will remind you of who you are. You are not worthless. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. You are not your mistakes. You are chosen. You are loved. You are called. You are mine. And I will never stop fighting for you, but I need you to fight too. I need you to stop letting the enemy rob you. I need you to wake up and remember that you belong to me. The moment you turn back, all of heaven will celebrate. You are more than your past. You are more than what they said about you. You are mine. You are not reading this by accident. This was timed perfectly. I placed these words in front of you for a reason, because I knew when your heart would be ready to receive it, even if it's just a small part of you, even if it's just one tear falling down your cheek. That's enough for me to step in. That's enough for me to move. I don't need a loud cry. I just need a willing heart. The hour is late. You felt the weight of that in your spirit. Something is shifting in the world. Darkness is getting bolder. Temptation is becoming louder. And if you don't anchor yourself in me now, you will be swept away. This is not fear. This is love speaking plainly. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to watch you drown in confusion, in guilt, in sin. I want you to rise again. I want you to live again, but not without me. So what now? You return. You drop your pride. You silence the voice that says, "You're too far gone." You lift your heart and simply say, "God, I need you." That's it. You don't need perfect words. You just need honesty. I will take it from there. I will flood your soul with peace again. I will restore joy. I will break every invisible chain that has kept you stuck. I will go before you, behind you, and walk beside you. But it begins with surrender. That part is where the light still flickers, and I'm going to breathe on it until it burns bright again if you'll let me. You've been standing in the shadows for too long, watching others walk in freedom while you convince yourself it's too late for you. But that is a lie. The enemy wants you to think your time has passed, that your mistakes are too deep, that you've wasted too much of your life. But I don't see wasted years. I see opportunity for redemption. I see ground that's ready for new seeds. I see ashes that are about to turn into beauty. I see a heart that is still mine. Comment 1717 if you believe I still have a future prepared for you. Don't let shame silence you. Don't let regret hold your voice down. I didn't come for the perfect. I came for the broken. I came for the lost. I came for the ones who feel like they've drifted too far. And I came to tell you, you are not too far. You're exactly where this moment could find you. This message didn't miss you. It reached you at the precise moment I intended it to. Because I've been calling you back, not once, not twice, but over and over. And now I speak again, because I still believe in what I placed inside you. There is still something sacred in you. Even if you feel numb, even if you've been in sin, even if you haven't spoken to me in months or years, I am not scared of your silence. I am not discouraged by your weakness. I am drawn to your honesty. All I need is your yes. Not the perfect version of you, not the strong version of you, just you, right now, as you are. You've spent so much time trying to make sense of everything that's happened. You've asked, why? More times than you can count, and I understand those questions. I've heard them all. But what if I told you that I'm not waiting on you to understand? I'm waiting on you to trust. You may not get all the answers you want right now, but you will get me. And I am more than enough. I am peace in the confusion. I am strength in the weakness. I am calm in the storm. I am your God. You've tried to hold everything together, but the cracks are showing. And that's okay. You were never meant to do this without me. I never asked you to be the strong one. I only asked you to stay close. The pressure you felt, the anxiety, the fear, it's all come from trying to carry something you were never designed to carry. But my shoulders are wide enough, my hands are strong enough. My heart is big enough to hold every piece of you. Comment 1212 if you're ready to place it all back into my hands. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people. And the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This isn't the end of your story. You're not stuck. You're not forgotten. You're not defeated. There's more ahead. There are prayers I still plan to answer. There are promises I still plan to fulfill. But you must walk with me. You must leave the things that are draining your spirit, the distractions, the compromises, the patterns you know are not from me. You can't walk in freedom while chained to what's killing your faith. You may not have the strength to change everything today, but you don't need to. I never told you to fix everything. I only asked you to surrender. I'll take it from there. My power is made perfect in your weakness. My grace is still sufficient. My spirit is still alive. I am not a distant memory or a faded idea. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I am still your Father. This next season of your life can look completely different, but it begins now, with a decision, with your heart. I'm not promising everything will instantly feel better, but I am promising that you won't face anything alone, that every step will be guided, that every tear will be caught, that every broken place will be restored, one day at a time, one moment at a time. If you keep choosing me, you've been worn out by spiritual battles. You've been fighting in your own strength. But I want to fight for you. I want to speak for you. I want to lead you beside still waters and restore your soul. But you must follow. You must come away from the noise. You must let go of the things that have your attention, but not your peace. If it's not giving life, it's not from me. If it's keeping you in bondage, I never called you to it. Don't be afraid to start over with me. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from grace. I remember your faith. I remember your prayers. I remember every seed you planted. Nothing is lost in my sight. Not one moment, not one tear. I can still use it all. But first, I need you to come back to the altar. I need you to lay it down again. Not just what's easy, everything. The habits, the relationships, the idols, the secret places, all of it. This is your rescue call. This is your lifeline. You didn't find this by scrolling. You were led here. Heaven appointed this moment for you, not to condemn you, but to restore you. I'm not angry with you. I'm broken-hearted for you, because I see how lost you feel. I see how disconnected you've become, and I want more for you. I want the life I dreamed for you, the peace, the freedom, the joy, the power, the healing. It's all still available, but you must come back. If you hear me now, don't silence my voice. Don't push this away. This is holy ground. This is the place where everything can change, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. Because you're saying, God, I can't do this without you anymore, and I will answer. I will move. I will wrap my arms around you like I always have. This is not your end. This is your awakening. Even when you turned away, I didn't turn my face from you. I waited. I stayed. And now, I speak again not with anger but with urgency. You are not safe where you are going. You are not protected outside of my covering. You have left the shelter and the storm is growing. You think you can manage it. You think you'll figure it out eventually. But spiritual danger does not wait for your timing. The enemy sees your vulnerability, and he has already set traps, disguised as opportunities. People who look kind but carry manipulation. Choices that look harmless but open doors to addiction. Thoughts that seem like your own, but they were planted to destroy your peace. That's why I am speaking now. Because once you cross certain lines, your heart will begin to change. And by the time you notice, it might be too late to pull yourself out alone. Comment Amen if you feel the weight of this truth and your spirit is still awake. You need to understand something. This is not a game. Your soul is eternal. You were never made to drift through life numb and lost. You were created to walk with me. Not just in the good times, but in the unknown, in the battles, in the valleys. But you've been walking alone, thinking your strength would be enough. And now you're tired. Now you're confused. And here I am, speaking again before the door closes. There is a spiritual closing happening. A time where the grace you've taken for granted will no longer carry the same call. You've heard me before. You've felt my presence. You've known right from wrong. But you've chosen your own path. And I've allowed it, because love is not control. But I won't stay silent while your soul slips deeper into danger. That's why I'm calling one last time. Not with judgment, with tears. With love that burns for you to turn back. You used to be so close to me. You used to worship with real tears in your eyes. You used to speak to me like I was your friend. And now, I watch you go through days without even thinking of me. I'm not angry, I'm heartbroken. Because I remember the sound of your voice when you prayed. I remember the way your heart trembled at my word. And now, I barely recognize the person you've become. But I still want you. I still see you. I still choose you. There is no addiction, no sin, no relationship, no failure that is too much for my love to forgive. But forgiveness requires surrender. Healing requires repentance. You cannot walk in freedom if you still refuse to lay down the chains. I will not force you, but I will wait for you, and I will speak until you listen or until your heart grows so cold that you can't hear me anymore. Don't let it come to that. Comment 1111 if you feel me pulling you back, even gently, even painfully. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I want to bless you. I want to surround you with favor, with peace, with protection, but blessings cannot rest on rebellion. My presence cannot rest in divided hearts. You've been giving parts of yourself to things that do not honor me and wondering why your life feels empty. It's because your soul knows the truth, and your soul cannot thrive in spiritual starvation. Come back and be filled. Come back and drink from the well that never runs dry. You are not here by accident. This is a divine moment. Heaven is closer than you think. Angels are surrounding you even now, waiting for your heart to turn back to me. They've watched you stumble. They've watched you cry. They've seen the battles you fought alone, and they've also seen me weeping over you, pleading for your return. Because I do not take joy in your suffering. I do not celebrate your mistakes. I want to restore you. The life you've been living is not the one I created for you. That path you're walking leads to more emptiness, more pain, more confusion. But I have a different path, one of peace, even in the storm, one of strength, even when you're weak, one of clarity, even when the world feels chaotic. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to walk with me again, step by step. I'll carry you if I have to. I've placed gifts inside of you, a calling, a light, a purpose. But it's been buried under the weight of disappointment and fear. The world tried to label you, define you, break you. But I've never changed my mind about who you are. You are my child. You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. I see past your sin. I see past your shame. I see your heart. And I still call it worthy. This is a turning point, not just for your emotions, but for your future. If you walk away now, you might miss the very breakthrough you've been praying for. But if you say yes to me again, even through trembling lips, I will open doors you never imagined. I will bring peace into places you've only known chaos. I will turn your mourning into dancing. But you must decide. No one can choose for you. I gave you free will so your love would be real. And now I wait to see what you will do with it. You have been under attack, not just because of where you've been, but because of where you're going. The enemy sees what I've placed in you. He fears your return. He fears your breakthrough. That's why the pressure has increased. That's why you've felt so confused, so distracted, so emotionally exhausted. But I have not left you. I'm allowing this moment so you will finally see what matters most. It's not the job. It's not the image. It's not the followers. It's your soul. And right now your soul is in danger. But I have not spoken all of this just to warn you. I have spoken to awaken you, to call you back, because I believe you will return. I believe there is still faith buried beneath the fear. I believe there is still fire underneath the ashes. And when you come back, nothing in hell can stop what I will release over your life. No demon can block it. No failure can cancel it. No sin can erase it. Because where sin abounds, my grace abounds even more. Even when you hardened your heart, even when you chose others over me, I stayed. And now I'm speaking again, because time is running out and I love you too much to watch you fall without one more call to come home. You have let pain speak louder than my promises. You've allowed disappointment to build a wall between us. You've told yourself, if God really loved me, things would be different. But you never saw what I kept from reaching you. You never noticed the destruction I blocked, the things that would have crushed your spirit beyond repair. You only saw what didn't happen, not what I saved you from. I didn't protect you from the hard times because I was punishing you. I allowed them to shape you, to strip away the things that were stealing your soul, even if you thought they were helping. Comment 222 if you're ready to trust that I've always had a reason, even when you couldn't see it. You've grown tired of praying. I know that. You used to believe in miracles. You used to expect breakthroughs. But now your hope feels thin. You don't cry out like you once did. You whisper or say nothing at all because you're scared of being let down again. But I want you to hear me clearly. I never ignored you. Not once. Every cry mattered. Every tear had meaning. I collect your tears like treasures, and not a single one has been forgotten. But I need your heart again. Not a piece of it. Not the leftover part after you've given your best to the world. I want your first love back. I want the part of you that used to run to me without hesitation. the part that trusted me more than the opinion of others, the part that believed I could do anything. You've let people take my place in your heart. You've let distraction become your comfort. But none of those things love you like I do. None of them can save your soul. You've been caught between two worlds, wanting freedom but clinging to chains. You say you love me, but you keep reaching for things that pull you further from me. That tension you feel isn't confusion, it's conviction. My spirit has been pulling you back, not to guilt you, but to awaken you. Because if you keep walking this path, it leads to more brokenness. And I won't watch you destroy yourself in silence. I'll shake everything that can be shaken if it means saving your soul. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You asked me to speak to you. You asked for a sign, and now I am giving it. These words are not random. They are a holy interruption. This is your moment, not for performance, not for religion, but for repentance. And repentance is not shame. It is the return of your soul to the only one who can restore it. You have wandered, but you are not lost. You have drifted, but you are not disqualified. My grace is still enough. Comment Amen if you believe grace still has room for you. You don't have to carry this guilt anymore. You don't have to pretend you're okay. I see every part of your heart, the dark corners, the hidden wounds, the silent regrets, and I love you completely. I don't turn my face from your brokenness. I draw near to it, because I am the God who heals, the God who restores, the God who makes all things new. You're not too far. You're not too late. You're still mine. You've been asking, what now? And I am answering, let go. Lay it down, all of it, the weight, the sin, the disappointment, the anger, the shame. Lay it at my feet. I died so you wouldn't have to carry it. I took the punishment so you could live in peace. I wore the crown of thorns so you could wear the crown of life. Stop clinging to what's killing your spirit. Stop holding on to what I've been asking you to surrender. You've been feeling restless for a reason. That discomfort isn't random. It's the sign that I'm calling you to shift, to leave behind the familiar pain and step into healing. But healing requires trust. It requires letting go of what feels comfortable, even if it's broken. It means choosing me even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when it costs you something. I promise you nothing you lay down for me will ever be wasted. There is a reason the enemy has been fighting you harder. He's afraid. He knows that if you come back to me fully, chains will break, patterns will stop, your mind will be renewed, and you will become a light he can no longer dim. He wants to keep you distracted. He wants to keep you scrolling, numb, disconnected. But I want to wake you up. I want to fill you again. I want to anoint you again. But I can't fill what's already full. Empty yourself, and I will overflow in ways you've never seen. You've tried to save yourself. You've tried to fix your life with temporary things, but nothing is lasting without me. That's why it keeps falling apart. That's why nothing satisfies, because your soul was made for me, not for success, not for approval, not for image. For me, I am your home. I am your anchor. I am your source. If you would only let go, you would see how quickly I'd move, how swiftly I'd heal, how powerfully I'd restore. But it begins with your surrender, not your strength, your surrender. That's what I want. That's what I've waited for. Not a performance, not perfection. Just your yes. This isn't just about turning your life around. It's about saving your soul. Because if you die without me, your soul will be lost forever. I don't say that to scare you. I say that because it's the truth. Heaven is real. So is hell. And eternity doesn't wait for your convenience. That's why this moment matters. That's why I'm speaking now. This is mercy. This is love reaching through time and space, asking one last time, will you come home? You have a choice right now that could change everything. Don't delay. Don't wait to feel ready. Come as you are. Broken, tired, confused. Just come. I'll take care of the rest. I always have. I always will. You think your life has been random, but it hasn't. I've been watching, guiding, protecting you from things you didn't even know were threats. And now, I'm drawing the line in front of you and saying, no more running. Come home. You've been asking me to show up. You've whispered, God, if you're really there, give me a sign. This is it. Not the kind of sign you expected, but the one you needed. I'm not sending flashing lights or dramatic moments. I'm sending truth, and truth doesn't always feel comfortable. Sometimes it shakes you. Sometimes it confronts what you've been avoiding, but it also frees you. Because truth doesn't trap you in shame, it unlocks the door that lets you walk out of it. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here to restore you. You've let lies live in your heart for too long. Lies that said you'll never be good enough. Lies that said I'm disappointed in you. Lies that said it's too late. But listen closely. I don't speak in shame. I speak in conviction that calls you higher. I don't tear you down, I lift you up. You may have fallen, but I still see the one I created in love. The one I called before you were born. The one I named with purpose. I am not giving up on you now. Comment 333 if you're ready to break agreement with those lies and stand on the truth. I know the weight you've been carrying. The way you lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with you. You smile during the day, but your heart is cracking in silence. You're surrounded by people, but still feel completely alone. I hear the thoughts you can't say out loud, the doubts you're ashamed to admit. But I'm not afraid of them. I'm not pushed away by your questions. I'm not distant in your darkness. I'm right here, still speaking, still waiting, still holding space for your return. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You've been waiting for a breakthrough, but your heart is still locked behind fear. You're afraid to trust again, afraid to hope again, afraid to love again. I understand. I really do. You've been through more than most people know. But I'm not asking you to fix everything. I'm just asking for one step, one act of faith, one honest moment of surrender. I will meet you there. I will come rushing in. Because when you open the door, even a little, my presence floods everything. I've protected you from things that could have destroyed you. Things you thought you wanted. People you begged me to keep. Doors you cried over when they closed. And now, maybe you're angry with me. Maybe you feel forgotten. But what you don't see is the bigger picture. I wasn't being cruel, I was being kind. I was sparing you. I was preparing you. Because what's ahead of you requires a deeper strength, a clearer mind, and a heart rooted in me, not in the approval of others. Comment 555 if you know deep down I've saved you from things you didn't even recognize as danger. There are things in your life right now that are silently pulling you away from me. You've normalized them. You've excused them. But deep inside, you know they're draining your spirit. You feel it when you try to pray and can't focus, when you try to worship but feel nothing, when you try to sleep but your soul is restless. That's not just life, that's spiritual disconnection. And the longer you stay disconnected, the more numb you become. That's what the enemy wants, numbness. Because a numb heart doesn't cry out, a numb soul doesn't seek me. But I won't stop calling you. Not because I'm desperate, but because I love you. You are not a number to me. You are not forgotten. You are a child I long to embrace again. I miss you. I miss our time together. I miss your honesty. I miss the way you used to talk to me without fear or formality. Just you and me. That's what I want again. Not your perfection, your presence. There's no mess too big for me to clean. No sin too dark for me to forgive. No past too broken for me to heal. But I can't work in what you hide. I work in what you surrender. Bring me the pain. Bring me the fear. Bring me the addiction, the anger, the secrets, the guilt. I can take it all. I already carried it to the cross. And now I wait to carry it off your shoulders too.